Thanks so much. everybody. Welcome to the Drum Box. Welcome to Freak Show. I'm about to welcome up your host right now. She's been on a lot of different things. She's been on E! Make sure to tune in to drumbox.com. Yeah, welcome up your host right now, Tuesday.
Out there in web TV land, let's hear for District Burden performing tonight for Freak Show here at dronebox.com. Well, we've got a great show for you, jam-packed with celebrities, stars, comics, and more. But today you gotta kind of talk about things that are happening. I just want to say that all the stuff that's happening overseas in Paris and in France, our hearts are with you. It's a horrible thing that's happening. Have to address that, have to talk about the elephant in the room. Don't know why people can't get along, but I do know one thing, maybe, hopefully, this will end the whole freedom fries escapade, and we can get back to calling them French fries in solidarity. What do you think? All right. I'm tired of shit. There's a lot of shit that goes on I'm tired of, too. Like, I'm tired of how politically correct everybody's gotten. It's swung the wrong way, in my opinion. I said to somebody the other day, I said, my friend's a bartender in a fag bar. They're like, you can't say fag. You can't say fag. That's just wrong. That's homophobic. Don't do that. I'm like, all right. He's a beverage maintenance engineer for the sexually dysfunctional. That any better? Then I told somebody, I live in the hood. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say hood. That's cultural appropriation. Oh my God, you're a racist. I'm like, okay. I live in the newly designated historical district with lots of character and many, many liquor stores that you won't care about until a Trader Joe's moves in. How's that one? I said, I wonder what it's like. I've always wanted to get cornrows in my hair. You can't say cornrows. That's cultural appropriation. That's racism. Don't do it! I'm like, all right, maybe I'll go down to the salon and get some maze furrows done. Then, of all things, I call Caitlyn Jenner a tranny dyke. You can't do that! That's homophobic! You can't use those words! I'm like, all right. I take that back, I'm sorry. Caitlyn Jenner is a homo spectacle. Speaking of Caitlyn, I don't get all this shit that, people are so upset about with her. She's what, 250 years old? She's got more money than God. She had to live with the Kardashians. Let her become a woman. Let her do it. If she wants to become a woman, if she wants to become a raccoon, she has the right. Who cares? And I wondered, I'm like, it made me think, why are they so worried? What's wrong? Because it's always guys. It's always the guys. The guys are going, I don't care how many surgeries he has. It's Bruce. I don't care how much makeup and wigs he puts on, it's Bruce. I don't care what goes on, it's Bruce, it's in the DNA. And I'm like, why are they concerned? In District Verdun, I realized something. I realized that they're scared, okay? And they're worried that they're gonna get a beautiful young lady home one night, take her up to the bedroom, lift up the skirt, and a dick's gonna fall out. That's not what they're scared of, though, District Verdun. That's not what they're scared of. What they're scared of is that they're going to end up sucking that dick and liking it. That's what they're worried about. Who cares? Suck a dick if it makes you happy. Oh, who cares? Oh, do it. But if you're really worried about that, two things, District Verdun. First, maybe you should have taken a little more time to get to know that young lady before you brought her home. Secondly, if that does happen to you, you need to suck that dick. She won. Okay? You need to suck that dick. You need to get her off. Okay? You need to pay for the Uber home. You need to bow down and go, I bow to you, mistress of illusion. You won. Don't you think? A lot of shit happens to me, too. A lot of weird shit. People say the stupidest things to me all the time. I had this one lady come up to me out of nowhere. I couldn't believe it. Right on the street, she walked up to me and she called me a slut. Can you believe that? Can you believe that, District Burnett? She called me a slut. I followed her all the way home. I walked in her front door, and I blew her husband. That showed her. I also had this guy come up right on the street, couldn't believe it, out of nowhere, and just looks right here. And he says, "Are those transplants?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got them off a dead hooker down by the docks." I don't have a punchline for that, but it's the stupidest fucking thing anybody's ever said to me. It's annoying. It's annoying. And that reminds me of stupid shit celebrities say all the time. Do you guys know who Michael Douglas, the actor, is? Web TV land, you guys know. Remember Michael Douglas? Remember what he came out about a year or two ago and said? He came out and he said he got mouth cancer from cunnilingus. Right? Michael Douglas got mouth cancer from eating pussy. I was like, what next? Blowjobs causing Alzheimer's? I was like, what next? Blowjobs causing Alzheimer's? I was like, okay, enough of that joke. We're done with that one. That one's been worked to death. Anybody here have tattoos? You guys have tattoos? Not one tattoo? Somebody over there has got a tattoo. This is my pet peeve, okay? I don't know, it might be yours too, but this is my pet peeve. I can't stand it when somebody walks up to me, points to my tattoo, and says, "Oh, you have a tattoo," and proceeds to show me their chicken scratchings of, I don't know, Calvin and Hobbes or whatever they got done in jail or their brother-in-law's kitchen. I don't care. I mean, it's not like I walk up to you, miss, point to your lip and say, "Oh, you have a cold sore," and then lift my skirt up. Besides, that wouldn't be very ladylike, would it, District Burnett? It's all about being a lady around here. Did you guys ever have this happen to you? Did you ever get on like a bus or a train or, and it's really super crowded and, excuse me, it's really crowded, but you have the only seat there. So you're sitting down, and you look up, and all of a sudden there's a guy's crotch right in your face. So you start thinking, oh, maybe I've got telekinetic powers like Carrie. So you make his dick start swirling around like tassels on a stripper. Then the guy behind him's got a briefcase, and it's a red briefcase, and you make the briefcase open up, and all these papers start coming out, flying all over the place, and they're hitting people in the face and the neck and the body, and they're causing paper cuts all over, and you get so angry that you look up, and all the windows on that bus or train, every single one of them, you make them blow out. No? Huh. That's strange. Well, we have a really good show for you tonight. Thank you for all coming out to Freak Show. We've got District Burnett, who's going to play everybody on and off. Our next entertainer, personal friend of mine, he's just moved down here from the Bay Area. He is Ukrainian, which matters not, but I love him. Let's hear it for Misha Trubs, everybody.
Good stuff, boys. Man, lost $15 today. Sad as fuck. Anything else happen sad today? What else is going on? Well, let's acknowledge something right now. I do indeed look like a stoner. And a lot of folks, they approach me asking for weed because they assume I know where to get weed. And I do. But I actually haven't smoked weed in over 3 years. I gave up weed a long time ago for God and the court system. One of them is real. So I recently moved from San Francisco, and I love San Francisco, but I hate all the stereotypes. And it breaks my heart, because you know what it is. People always saying, oh, San Francisco is full of stoners, it's full of gay people, it's full of crazy hippies, and just the other day I was taking bong rips out of my boyfriend's ass, and I was just like, how could they be saying all these terrible, cruel things about the beautiful city of San Francisco. So I recently was walking down the street and something caught my eye that I don't think I'll ever forget. I was just walking down the street and I saw a dead pigeon. And, just a dead pigeon. But then out of nowhere, another pigeon just flew in, climbed on top of that dead pigeon, started having sex with it right away. A couple seconds, a couple more pigeons flew in, and then it was like a party, just a rival, and they all started fighting for who gets to have sex with this pigeon. And then just moments later, this huge truck just came out of nowhere, smashed into all these pigeons, 200% killing the pigeon that was already dead, and 100% killing the pigeons that were trying to have sex with it. And it just made me so sad because I wanted to fuck that pigeon too, and I just and that chance, it got away from me. I used to think my biggest regret in life was not stealing more as a child, because you can get away with so much shit as a child. You can rob banks, well, maybe not rob banks, but you can definitely steal stuff, and it's adorable. And that moment sailed away, so I don't know, it's just sad. Just a lost opportunity right there. Because it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because it's like I let something escape. And sad moments bring you back to other sad moments, like the time I let the love of my life just kind of walk away. And tell you what happened. And I love my girlfriend, but I don't think she's the one. Because what happened 7 years ago, I was walking down the street because that's how I start all my jokes. And I was just walking there, and there's this dude just walking behind me for like 45 minutes because I think he was following me. Then eventually he cut up to me, and he said, I got a half a sandwich, and I'll give it to you if you let me suck your dick. And I said, man, that's fucked up. You can't even give me a full sandwich. And 30 minutes later, I was just sitting there eating this sandwich, and I was just like, God damn it. I let him get away. Just let him get away, And I'm obviously kidding. It was a full sandwich. But, it just, when these things happen, you gotta follow through on it. You guys read the news or listen to what's happening in the news right now? Did you hear the crazy shit? So they recently drained this little pond. I know where you thought I was going to be going. Sick fucks. I wasn't going to do that, I haven't developed any jokes about that yet. It's too dark. No, this is different. They drained this pond and they found a human head. And they picked up this human head, and the human head started to sing, I got nobody. That's me. I don't know where you guys have thought. All right, before I go, you guys like impressions? Okay, cool. So I hope this doesn't offend anyone. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. It's an impression of an owl from Brooklyn. A Brooklyn owl. You guys okay with it, right? All right, there you go. Who fucking said that shit? Bitch, who the fuck said that? Who fucking said that? You fucking show me that bitch. I'll fucking slap him. Who fucking did it? Who? All right, good stuff. All right, we did it. All right, guys, it's been my time. Let the lovely Tuesday do her thing. Enjoy the show.
Misha Trubs, everybody! Misha Trubs! Wow, the pigeon fucker sandwich eater. All right. Are you guys having fun? All right. You can tweet us, too, out there in web TV land for our freak show. You can tweet me at Mama Warned Me if you got any questions, comments, or I don't care. Sex talk. I'm lonely. We're going to keep this show going. We do a kind of a musical comedy character section here. This next gentleman runs this place and gave us the facilities to put this on. Very funny and talented Nolan Silverstein, everybody!
Hey everybody. Oh. Oh. Hey everyone. Out there in TV land. I am Nolan. I'm a banana. It's hard out there for a banana. And this is a freaky show for a banana, so I want to play a song about life of being a banana. This is my song for Los Angeles. I'm unemployed. I got no job, I got no change in my pocket, no thoughts in my head. Yeah, I'm unemployed, but that's alright, 'cause I got food in my belly and I'm living my life instead. Sometimes I go out for a walk, just to walk on down the street. Walk into a coffee house where I see other unemployed people pretending to write scripts and be important. But I know they're unemployed. They got no job, they got nothing to do but sip a chai latte. Yeah, they're unemployed, but hey, that's all right. I'm sure they'll tell you they're producers anyway. I have a college degree. It's in philosophy. Didn't learn very much but how to write 10-page papers in an hour. It cost my parents about $200,000 for me to learn that. And now I'm unemployed. I got no job, I got nothing to do but masturbate all day. Yeah, I'm unemployed, but hey, that's all right, 'cause I definitely enjoy masturbating all day. It's called hedonism, it's a concept. I have a pet parrot named Princess Consuelo Banana Hammock. She doesn't do very much but flap her wings and try to bite me. But that's what parrots do, so it's okay. And also, she's unemployed. She's got no job, she's got nothing to do but bite me in the face. Yeah, she's unemployed, but that's alright, 'cause no one's hiring birds in this economy anyway. Guitar solo? This guitar solo should be way better. I have a lot of time. 'Cause I'm unemployed. I got no job, I got no change in my pocket, no thoughts in my head. Yeah, I'm unemployed, but that's alright, 'cause I got food in my belly and I'm living my life instead. Enjoy the freak show, everybody. It's a freaky show.
Nolan Silverstein, everybody! Woo! Somebody deep throat that banana. I just see him try. Thank you guys for coming. Give yourself a hand. Where you get a hand job outside Boyle Heights here. Beautiful downtown Boyle Heights we're located in. If you don't know Boyle Heights, you're lucky. We're gonna keep this show going. The next girl I saw her, for the first time I saw her perform, I fell in love with her comedy and her. Let's hear it for and she's part of LisaLauretta.com. Let's hear it for Lisa Lauretta, everybody.
Thank you. Hi. I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thanks for asking. Yeah, I am. I'm doing well today. I got in my favorite activity of the day, people watching. You guys into it? Yeah. Yeah? I love it. I especially love catching people looking at their own reflections in store and restaurant windows. You guys into that one? That's my favorite. I saw this one lady. It was the best one. She was walking down a street. that had parking meters, and she was so enamored with her own face that she ran her sternum right in the parking meter. I was like, you dumb bitch. With the same hair, outfit, and face as me. So that's okay. I am seeing someone aside from my own reflection, and it's going pretty well, mostly because I don't have to take dating advice from my friends anymore, which is not to say that they're giving bad advice, it's just the wrong friends giving it. It's my perfect friends, who used to be models, run the Boston Marathon, and love working with children, particularly those with special needs. And I wear Star Wars watches and can't maintain eye contact in a conversation without doing a funny voice. So their advice doesn't really work for me. I actually had a friend tell me one time, when I go on a second date, I like to take the guy running just to see if he can keep up. First of all, what's a second date? Because that sounds awesome. I am in. Secondly, I haven't exactly been blessed with the luxury of having so many men just clawing to be with me that I had to be like, back off, boys. I gotta put you through a physical fitness exam. Weed some of you losers out. It's not like that for me. For me, it's more like, hey, do you get winded while waiting for a bus? No? Awesome. I saw that you looked at me once. Do you want to try this out for a couple of years? Probably 1 year too many. We can have some good sex that turns into bad sex as we go cold toward one another. What do you say? Bad sex is the worst. Am I right? People say sex is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. Those people have never had bad sex. Or they've never had Little Caesars. I'm not sure. Either way, not true. Here's what bad sex is like. Bad sex is like trying to plug something into an outlet when it's just pitch, 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 black. And you know there's 2 holes there. But you're consistently either in the wrong one or in neither of them. And you're just scraping around in the dark until somebody finally gets frustrated enough to just turn on the light and just stick it in, we're done! Like pizza. I have a little story. I was walking my dog at a very dangerous time of night. Dangerous not because of crime, but because it was last call, and I lived near a bar. And so everyone who had not yet been laid was making their way toward a new hope. And one of these gems of a human came barreling toward me and my pooch. And he yelled out a killer line. He said, "What kind of dog is that?" And I didn't answer him because I was on the phone with my mother talking about my sister's recent car accident. So he said, "Fucking bitches, man." So I said, "Mom, shut up, I found my soulmate." Sir, come back here, sir. Best I can tell, she's a Chihuahua pug, but that's not what's important here. What's important here is that you come home with me. Come home with me now, and I will let you do both of those moves that you learned in college. Is that... Have you been taking shots of whiskey and chasing them with beer? Oh, what a man. Come home with me now, and I will let you pass out with your dick still inside me. Flaccid and squishy, just like it was when we started this. You have a voluptuous, clammy body on top of mine all night long, so you're squishing my lungs, and I won't mind because it just means you take my breath away. Come home with me. Come home with me. And you know what? He wouldn't. Fucking bitches, man. I think that's my time, right? Is that my time? That's my time. I love you guys so much. Thank you, everyone.
Lisa Lauretta, everybody. Looking for love in all the right places. Let's hear it for Lisa. District for 10, what do you think of Lisa? Woo! All right, we're going to keep this show going for you because we got celebrities here, okay? This next entertainer is a co-host on a show that's done here at Drumebox called The Wednesday Night Show. That's every Wednesday at 5, and that's night with a K. Tune into that. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the Circus Buffet in Reno, Nevada, Mickey Bennet.
All right. Hey, how you doing? This gets me amped. I feel like Hulk Hogan. I'm about to Hulk out. Start dropping the N-bomb. What? What's wrong? You dropped the N-bomb. Isn't that horrible? Kind of brings a new perspective to what you're gonna do now, brother. Am I right? There's a dog in the audience. Did you guys know that? There's a dog in the audience. Dogs love comedy. You know, I used to have a pup when I was a kid, you know. Oh, the greatest dog I ever had in my life. But my dad, this is more of a story about my dad. I was walking home from school one day, and I get to my backyard, and I see the fence is covered in blood. So I run into the house, and there I see my dog, dead as a doornail, and I'm bawling my eyes out. You know, I'm just a little kid, a little tyke. And I says to my dad, "Dad, what the hell happened to my dog?" And he says, "Well, you don't clean up after it. I'll be damned if I clean up after it." Smart guy, right? You better believe if this band here all took a shit on stage right now, I'd be cleaning it up. I clean up shit now. My dad was a great guy. Very smart, my dad. Let me tell you, I had a hard childhood. Oh, my mother. Let me tell you about my mother. So I'm walking home from school one day, and I come home, and I hear my mother crying in the bathroom. She's bawling her eyes out, you know. So I go into the bathroom, you know, she's all bloodied up, she's all bruised up, and I'm like, Mom, what the hell happened? And she says to me, Mickey, I can't take it anymore. Your father's beating the hell out of me. It hurts too much. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. So I says to her, well, what you gonna do, Ma? She says, I think I'm gonna kill myself. So I says to her, Ma, why don't you get some knee pads or something, right? I mean, what kind of an overreactor is this? I'm gonna kill myself? Jesus Christ, get some football pads around here. Oh, boy. Women, right? Women. I'll tell you something about women. I have a girlfriend, you know. The other day I'm coming home from work, and she'll come in, she's bawling her eyes out, you know, recurring theme. And I says to her, honey, what's the matter? And she says to me, Mickey, I'm pregnant, and it's your baby. So I run to the closet, I get a wire coat hanger, I embed it, I start jabbing it in her vagina like a fencer, you know? And she's like, what the hell are you doing? And I says to her, I'll be damned if I'm gonna have that damn kid. Right? You know it costs 500 grand to raise a kid in these times? 500 grand! That's a lot of mooch. I'll tell you something about women. I had a prom date, you know. I was a tyke myself, as I explained before. I had a prom date. She happened to be ugly, you know. She was an ugly prom date, you know. She couldn't help it. She was born that way, like that Lady Gaga says. And so as I take to her to the prom over there, you know, we have a good time. You know, everybody's pointing and laughing, you know, what have you. You know, I'm a riot. I'm a laugh riot. Then me and her hang out in the back of her dad's car. You know, I haven't had a car since ever. And, you know, let me tell you, she was so ugly. How ugly was she? Thank you, you guys are great. She was so ugly. When I was finger banging her in the back of that car, I didn't know if I was finger banging a pussy or picking her nose, you know? That's how ugly she was. Folks, let me give you some advice about cunnilingus, huh? When you're down there licking your lady's vagina, you know, as you're supposed to do as a good American boy or girl, what have you. As you're licking her vagina, if you start to taste copper, you know she's about to start a period or you're gonna have a stroke. And that's the feeling I like to end on. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a great audience. Give it up for Tuesday. Give it up for this awesome band.
Mickey Bennet, everybody. Hey, all you ladies out there in web TV land, he's available. Oh, and we wonder why. Did you like Mickey? That seems like your type of humor, District Virginia. Did you enjoy Mickey? I gotta mention, we just gotta look real quick. Suck it, Trebek. I love that shirt. Let's hear it again for Mickey Bennet, who's really Paul Flores. Wednesdays at 5 o'clock on the Wednesday night show. Our next entertainer is a writer on the Jimmy Dore Show. Extremely funny guy. Let's hear it for Michael Schirtzer, everybody.
Never felt more like a rock star than in that moment. Thank you. District for Dem. So you guys know how in a rap battle, cool, some of you know. So in a rap battle, like people are gonna talk a lot of shit about you. I was in a rap battle the other day and this guy was like, hey man, I am going to fuck your girlfriend. And I was like, whoa, this guy thinks I have a girlfriend. That's cool. You guys are looking at me, and you're like, this fucking guy doesn't rap. I get it. Rap for us, Michael. Okay, if you insist. I said to this guy who was old, I said, you gotta give it up for him though. He's taking it well, but he's married, so he's really used to taking the L, making it smell, ring him like I'm shaking a bell, got the fat lady screaming like he's raping Adele. I won that round, you guys. It's a good time. I actually did have a girlfriend, but we just broke up recently. It was cool though. It was civil, you know? And by that I mean I took that bitch to court. Because your boy needs his Xbox back. I ain't playing no games. I feel weird that I'm doing comedy with my back facing like the band, you know? I'm just self-conscious of that. I want to put that out there. I'm gonna do some jokes to the band, you guys. Hey, so vaginas. Shout out to vaginas, everybody. Shout out to vaginas. Vaginas require a specific pH balance in order to be considered healthy. It's safe to say that I've met some basic bitches. Thank you, that was my section of doing jokes to the band. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. You guys, I saw a sign somewhere, it's not important, and it said, CrossFit for kids. I was like, no, that is so dangerous. Kids are already assholes, you guys. I want to give them CrossFit. Presidential elections coming up and whatnot, I guess. And I feel like whenever we're voting, it's really just a matter of like who sucks the least, you know, like the less of two evils, just who sucks the least. In this case, that's gotta be Hillary Clinton. You guys, thank you. You guys, that's not like an official poll or anything. That's just like what Bill told me. Think about it though, if she wins, she would be reporting to work at the very same desk where her husband got a Hummer from an intern. That could fuck up your decision-making abilities, I feel like. Press is pretty hard on Hillary, you know? Don't you remember the good old days when they used to just hate on her for not giving head? Now they're like, damn, she really blew that pipeline. You guys, that's like 4 blowjob jokes in like under a minute, okay? I'm busting off rounds like Bill Clinton in '98 right now. Thank you. That joke requires research. Guys, I was at a tarot card reading the other day. Had that done. And at the beginning of the thing, we negotiated a price, you know? We agreed upon a price. And then afterwards, she tried to lock the door and jack up the price by like 75%. And I was like, listen here, lady. This is America, and we do not negotiate with terrorists. Thank you so much. That's been my time.
Michael Schirtzer, everybody. It took me a minute to get that Hillary Clinton joke. It did, and I'm a whore. Just a blonde whore, that's the difference. We're going to bring out your headliner right now, and thank you all for coming out and watching Freak Show here live and you in Web TV land. Your headliner tonight, he's Arizona's funniest comedian. He's been on Comedy Central. He's a great friend of mine who just makes me laugh all the time. Let's hear it for Ty Rivera, everybody.
Give it up for the band, everybody. What's the drummer's name? Aaron. Aaron? Can you do rim shots, Aaron? All right. We're going to do something with that, okay? All right. Should I just point, or are you pretty good at just picking up the cue? Go ahead and point. Okay. What's up, guys? It is good to be here. I've been told that my style is a little too edgy for certain markets, so I'm going a different route. I want to become the world's first gay hack comic. I just want to be able to take old school jokes and update them with a gay twist. I want to be able to say stuff like, I just flew in from San Francisco and boy is my ass tired. I was in New York the other day, a man asked me how you get to Queens. I said, you call them cross-dressers. I went to have sushi the other night. I ordered the Philadelphia roll. It turns out the Philadelphia roll is exactly the same as the salmon roll, except it has AIDS. Take my life partner, please. I'll be queer all week. Appreciate that. Give it up for Aaron, everybody. So yeah, being the world's first gay hack comic isn't the only thing I want to do. I am actually gay. I've been doing stand-up for a long time now. The rules have changed when it comes to being gay. Here's the thing I'll tell you guys. I miss the days when my being gay made people uncomfortable. Because now it's like being a ghost that doesn't scare people anymore. You're just like, boo! And they're like, I respect your rights! And like Tuesday was saying, people have gotten so politically correct lately. I've had people tell me, the other day I had a girl tell me that I should not use the word fag anymore. I had a girl tell me that I should not use the word fag anymore. Here's the way I feel about it. I take a dick in my ass, I'll call it whatever the fuck I want. It's not something we're gonna argue, not something we're gonna debate. My dues have been paid, my membership is current. I shouldn't even spread that though, because here's the thing. I hang out with a lot of straight guys, and one thing I hate is that if we ever get pulled over by the cops, they always assume that I'm just going to hide the drugs. I'm like, you guys, that's my asshole, not a junk drawer. Which, you know, like I said, it's gotten so ridiculous. People, I've had straight friends, good straight friends, my entire adult life, which has been good for me in certain ways. When gay marriage started happening here in California, they were all calling me, congratulating me, which was technically in order because I was engaged. What my straight friends didn't know was I was only engaged because I thought gay marriage would never happen. Then it started happening, and I was like, I need a way out of this. And then audience members used to shout out, when are you getting married? And I was like, when I run out of states to move to where it's not legal. Then a couple of months ago, I'm watching the news, everybody on TV is like, love wins. I was like, this isn't good, you guys. I did used to think I wanted to be in a long-term relationship, and then I found a glory hole in the valley. It's become like my cheers. Well, except the everybody knows your name part, but. I don't know, people are way too sensitive. I can offend other gay people without even trying to. One night I was hanging outside of a club, a woman walks up to me and starts talking to me. Halfway through the conversation, she lets me know she's lesbian. So I was like, okay, cool. She was like, did you know I was a lesbian as soon as you saw me? And I was like, no, actually, when I first saw you, I thought you were a man that really let himself go. My life is kind of weird. My career, it's all over the place. Like 2 weeks ago, I was performing on a friend's front porch. Yeah, and then a week before that, I was performing in Washington, D.C. for the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Yeah, which that was cool. But the thing was, the next night, because the show went really well, and I did ask them if there were any restrictions. They said, no, just do what you do. And I was like, are you sure? They said yes. I went for it. It was a great situation. Everything was really fun. But like the next night, we had to go to this dinner, right? It was a gala. And so we went to this dinner, and Hillary Clinton was there to present an award, which that felt weird for me. I felt like I should be running on the treadmill, because that's the only time I watch CNN. And then at the end of the dinner, Barack Obama shows up to give a speech, which I don't know what your guys' life is like, but when I'm having a chicken dinner and Barack Obama walks in the room, I feel like I'm being punked. You know, because they play the music and everything. It's like he comes in the room and it's like, dun, 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 dun. And I was like, are mattresses on sale, or what is happening right now? Yeah, I perform in all sorts of strange places. I got asked to perform at Marymount University. Yeah, for anyone that's not familiar, Catholic-run university in Virginia. You guys have had a sample of the kind of stuff I do. I don't know how I got booked there in the first place. Their official reason for wanting me was they were having diversity week, and I'll give it to you. If you're having diversity week and you hire me, you can check off a lot of boxes. The only thing I ask is that people pay attention to what it is I do before they book me. Don't book me, be excited about it. Then the day of the show, you start watching my YouTube, which is what must have happened, because the guy starts getting really nervous, and he keeps calling me over and over and over. Each call, he's putting more rules on me. On the last call, he says, I need you to make sure you don't talk about sex, and especially don't talk about safe sex. So when I got there, I let the audience know that I am gay, but I don't use condoms. Which was not the plan. I just got on stage, and they were nervous, and I was nervous, and I thought this would loosen us up, and it really didn't. And I was nervous going into it because I was raised Catholic. For a long time, I didn't go to church because I suffered from the famous Catholic guilt about my lifestyle. But at a point, I began to wonder which part of my lifestyle it was the Catholic Church didn't agree with. I mean, is it the fact that I'm open about liking guys, or the fact that guys are over the age of 18, or the fact that I didn't wait to become a priest first? Sometimes other Catholics get mad at me for doing that joke, but I think it's okay for me to do any joke I want about the Catholic Church because I myself was touched by a Catholic priest. That is true. It didn't happen until I was 27. But it did happen. You say that, and a certain amount of the audience looks at you like you're going to hell, but that's not fair. It's not my fault. It's not exactly like they go to the gay bar dressed as Catholic priests. It's only the next morning we're doing the walk of shame from a rectory. Some of you look very uncomfortable. So I won't tell you about the second time it happened to me. What I will do instead is tell you everything I do in my act comes from my actual life. I don't ever sit down in a room and think, what's the most offensive thing I can say to a room full of people? That's not the way I work. I take my regular life and I try to make that funny. So with stories like that, when people get uncomfortable, I do fully respect your right to get uncomfortable. But at the same time, I ask that the people that got uncomfortable help me figure out which part of that story I'm supposed to be ashamed of. Like, am I supposed to be ashamed of the fact that I have, in fact, fucked around with the Catholic priest? Am I supposed to be ashamed of the fact that I got paid for it? Am I supposed to be ashamed of the fact that I have a check to prove that? Am I supposed to be ashamed of the fact that the check is only for $50? Or am I supposed to be ashamed of the fact that the check bounced? Yeah, I did that story at a show not too long ago. A lady in the front row was like, you should go to confession. I was like, with my luck, there'd be a fucking glory hole in there. I don't know. This is pretty great, though. I don't mind being here at all. I don't, because there's certain things that do really bother me. There's certain places I get booked where I really just don't belong, and I know that. I perform in a lot of redneck rooms. That's where I usually am. I perform in some rooms that are so white and rednecky, sometimes my act doesn't even feel like an act. It feels like a really long suicide note. People ask me how that started, and what happened was when I first started doing comedy, gay shows were afraid to have me because they thought I would offend their audiences. Regular mainstream clubs were afraid to have me because they thought their audiences wouldn't be able to relate to me. And the redneck clubs were like, well, if he can survive it, we'll pay him at the end. So that's what I started doing, was redneck bars and redneck clubs. They were very nice to me from the beginning. Like, sometimes they want to have drinks with me after the show, which if I'm in a redneck bar and rednecks want to have drinks with me, I'll have a couple drinks with them at the venue. Yeah, but we're not moving to a second location. Oprah taught me. I think it's almost time for me to get out of here. Here's what I will tell you guys before I get out of here. Sometimes I'll really turn a room against me. And it's usually when I think that things are going to go well, you know what I mean? When I think people are going to just relate to me and it's going to be fine. Like the first time I was ever asked to perform at a gay bar in San Francisco, I was so excited. I thought if there's any place that they'll get me, if there's any place I can be 100% me and just have them just get it, it's a gay bar in San Francisco. Nope, piss those fucking fags off right away. And the way I did it was because I let them know the reason dating wasn't working out for me at the time, and I'll let you guys know too. The reason dating wasn't working out for me at the time was because everybody that was attracted to me would turn out to be HIV positive. That is 100% true, and it's gotten to the point where if anybody in this room even finds me slightly attractive, you might have some bad news coming. So I said that at this gay bar in San Francisco, and they shut down. The audience completely shut down. They did not want to hear another word I had to say, and it bothered me. It bothered me because I couldn't help but think that if they were as particular about what goes in their assholes as they are about what goes in their ears, maybe AIDS wouldn't be such a fucking problem in that city. Thank you to the people who are still with me. Because this is the point in my set where some people will get very uncomfortable. I will be honest when I tell you I will not let that bother me. I won't let it bother me because I know for a fact that I'm more open-minded than the average person. See, I will actually date people that are HIV positive. Like one of the last situations I was in was probably a cross between a booty call and a bad relationship. And he'd come to my house and he'd complain about everything. He'd be like, your car's always a mess, your room's a mess, your trash is overflowing. And I always felt like, you have fucking AIDS. I mean, if I can overlook that, you can overlook an overflowing trash can. My overflowing trash can is never going to kill both of us. You say stuff like this and people think you're being mean. I'm not being mean. I'm sharing honest thoughts I had when I was dating guys who were HIV positive. If I share another honest thought with you, I will tell you there were times I would romanticize the idea of catching the virus with one of these guys, and then we could die together, sort of like an AIDS version of The Notebook. Did that joke in San Francisco, too. And a guy yelled out too soon, and I was like, really? Too soon? The Notebook came out a long time ago. Which it did get on my nerves that he said too soon, because how could it be too soon? I know fags have been living on a T-cell and a prayer forever now. I know gay men that have been living with AIDS for so long, their family members wish they would just fucking die already. Because it gets really bad at the end. You're sick, and then you're well, and then you're sick, and then you're well, and the rest of us want to go back to our lives, don't have time to play fucking Philadelphia with you every other week. When I talk about this on stage, people will ask me if I was being honest, and the truth is I'm being 100% honest. That's something people can't understand, gay or straight. They'll ask me, how can you date guys that are HIV positive? I have to be honest when I say that dating guys that are HIV positive is not the hard part. The hard part is being broken up with by guys that are HIV positive. And that's just because it does kind of hurt your self-esteem to know that this person would rather risk dying alone than just be with you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Oh, Ty Rivera, everybody. I'm positive. I love that man. Thank you all for coming out. Let's thank Lisa Lauretta, Michael Schirtzer, Paul Flores, Mickey Bennet, Misha Trubs, Ty Rivera, Dronebox.com, and of course, District Verdant. Tune in Wednesdays at 5 o'clock on DroneBox.com for Wednesday night show. See Freak Show live with District Burnett December 5th at the CIA Club. That's the Center, or California Institute for Abnormal Arts Club in North Hollywood. Play us out, District Burnett. I love you guys.
Try again tomorrow. Respect these matters in a sterile state. Color them with new hope. It's so hard to face the mirror. I check my soul 1,000 times, but the virtues don't seem any clearer. Though you've all seen my run, friends and lovers hiding in the dark. War into war, and away from this bad, terrible war. Curtains will call, till the spigot lies dead. The age finds youth again. The wisest words don't seem to matter. Living definition of insanity, stubborn as a stumble and fall. Lock these doors and hide forever. One day maybe break them open. Welcome the world with a broken heart. Though you all seen my run, friends and lovers arriving in their love. Up of the floor. Doors to strong.